Yo, what up, is Don?
Same Lee here.
Soul Brothers back up in it with a versus video.
Versus Nike versus Adidas, team shoe versus team shoe. I think they're around the same price. I don't remember. The Hyperdunk 10 low I think is $120, and then the Pro Bounce is $110. So $10 price difference. So they look very team shoey as well. You know what I'm saying? So good versus video, I thought.
Yeah.
And they're both lows. So let's get started right off with the Tracciones. The Hyperdunk, you got some waves. On a clean court, it was actually pretty good. But it is affected by dust. And it picks it up pretty fast. And it's pretty hard to wipe off the dust once dust gets stuck on it. The grooves are actually pretty thin. It's not very deep. And also it's very soft. So outdoor use is not recommended. So there's that. But the Pro Bounce,
yeah, you have this kind of radar wave or water drop ripples pattern. Kind of interesting. It got a few holes in here. It looks like a track shoe kind of.
yes.
I didn't test either of these, so how did this one fare?
The stopping power on a clean court I would say is a little bit better in the Pro Bounce, but the Hyperdunk is still pretty good. Dust though, Pro Bounce is a lot better. It's also like a lot easier to wipe off the dust once dust gets stuck on the Pro Bounce. You just do a slight wipe. But the Hyperdunks, you just really have to wipe it off, and it picks it up a little bit faster. And also, of course, outdoor use, the Pro Bounce is better. The grooves are a little bit thicker, I would say. Oh no, probably around the same, but the rubber is a lot harder in the Pro Bounce. So Pro Bounce traction for the win.
Alright, moving on to cushion.
Cushion, the Hyperdunk 10, you have I would say a fine line midsole, and you have I think this was, I don't think it was bottom loaded. I think it was like the zoom units are like right underneath your foot. You have a zoom unit in the forefoot and in the heel, but you really couldn't feel the zoom units. There is a little bit of a compression in the heel. I mean, a good amount of compression. The fine line is actually pretty soft. It's just that when I did a hard landing, like I felt the cushion bottom out and my foot like hurt. You know, like you really feel the impact. You know, but then of course in the Pro Bounce you have bounce cushion. I really never had that problem,
but you still feel pretty low and responsive.
Yes, exactly. So I would say they feel pretty similar. There's a little bit more compression I would say in the Hyperdunk. I don't know why the fine line like really likes to compress in this. The bounce, it's still pretty nice, and there's still a good amount of compression in the heel. But I would say the Hyperdunk is a little bit more. But impact protection, I would say, especially during hard impacts, the Pro Bounce is better. Court feel, I would say, is around the same, and responsiveness, I would say, is around the same. So the Pro Bounce, I like a little bit better because of that hard impact protection. You know what I'm saying? So Pro Bounce for the win, just by a little bit for the cushion. Moving on to the materials.
Yeah, in the Pro Bounce, you have this forged fiber. Well, it's just a mesh, basically. Not, just a decent kind of basic mesh. But then they stitch it in with this stuff called forged fiber, which is basically TPU coated or plastic coated threading, which does add to durability and stability. And and it also kind of looks a little better than just the mesh, which is cool. And that pretty much runs along the whole upper. And you have a full tongue here. That's kind of like a neoprene mesh material and a little neoprene in the back.
Yes. The Hyperdunk 10 has an EM, basically material kind of feels like the 2017 Hyperdunk did. You have a little bit of neoprene in the midfoot, and the tongue is basically an inner booty that attaches to an underlaying material that goes underneath the overlaying material on the toe. The Pro Bounce is a free-flowing tongue. What feels better? I would say they feel around the same, like pretty damn nice. They're both thin.
They both feel strong and durable.
Yeah. So I would, and like pretty damn nice on foot as well, so I would give it a tie with the materials there. I would say the Pro Bounce is a little bit more supportive though, but that's in support, so I guess,
Yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Exactly, so I give it a tie.
Right.
In materials. Moving on to fit, the fit in the Hyperdunkes.
Like we said, this is a full tongue.
Yes.
That's not, which will feel a little bit differently on foot.
Yes, so I went down half the size with the Hyperdunks. I went true to my Adidas size in the Pro Bounce, and they both fit really, really nicely for my foot. I mean, width-wise, I would say it's like more on the normal width, not super narrow, not super wide, and really no dead space in the toe area or anything. Really fits my foot very well. It fits like a glove, so very good fits for both of the shoes.
One thing you were talking about, I'm going to talk about with fit, is this tongue kind of rotating when you're playing. It's not held. A lot of times when there's a full tongue, they put down elastic straps to keep it in place. They didn't even do that here, which is interesting.
Maybe to save money?
Maybe to save money, so keep that in mind if you're one of those guys who hates that.
Yeah, I don't mind it too much though. Moving on to support and lockdown. Support was an issue for the Hyperdunk. It wasn't crazy bad, but then I felt a little bit of lateral instability. I had a little bit of a lateral containment issue. It wasn't really bad like in the KD10 or KD11, but I felt a little bit, so especially in the forefoot right here. I had none of that in the Pro Bounce, so lateral containment is a little bit better in the Pro Bounce. Heel slippage, I had a little bit in the Pro Bounce at the start, but once I broke it in, it was not a problem. Hyperdunk, I didn't have an issue with heel slippage at all. Yeah, there's an outrigger on the Hyperdunks. There is an outrigger, kind of. It's just like very wide in the Pro Bounce as well, so you're going to be pretty damn stable, especially for lateral stability. So support and lockdown, I would say the Pro Bounce is a little bit better. So there's that.
Moving on to weight, let's get exact weight. These kind of impressed us, the Pro Bounces. Let's get to the Hyperdunks first. Hyperdunks are 11.
Yes, 11.04.
These were 11.8.
I don't remember. 11.85.
Yeah, so these are a little heavier.
Yes, like basically 0.8 ounces. What feels lighter? They both feel pretty damn light on foot. There's a good amount of padding in both of them. I would say the Pro Bounce has a little bit more padding in the ankle area, but other than that, the materials are very thin and minimal feeling. Cushion is very responsive, and the traction is pretty damn good in the Hyperdunk and really good in the Pro Bounce. So they both feel really light on foot. What feels more responsive? I would say the Pro Bounce by a little bit.
Okay, durability.
Durability, I would say the Pro Bounce is a little better. Traction not very good for the Hyperdunk. And there's a lot of compression marks on the Hyperdunk as well.
Yeah, Bounce doesn't really get compression marks.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Yeah, and also the upper seems a little bit more durable in the Pro Bounce. So.
Yeah. Any ventilation difference?
Not really. They're around like warm. Nothing too crazy though.
And aesthetics.
Pro Bounce. Yeah, I really don't like the Hyperdunk that much.
Yeah, they slipped up a little bit this year, but. Okay, I guess let's wrap it up.
110 bucks for the Pro Bounce. I believe the Hyperdunks are 120 bucks, but it doesn't matter. Just get the Pro Bounce. They perform better and they're cheaper, and in our opinion, it looks better. So yeah, Hyperdunk is not bad though. I didn't hate these or anything, but it didn't wow me. It wasn't like, oh, this is an amazing performer. For the Pro Bounce, I was expecting a lot, and it actually delivered. It's actually a really nice performer. So there you go. If you guys want to cop the Pro Bounce, we'll leave a link in the description box. But yeah, the Pro Bounce is a winner. So that's the versus video. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next one.
Later.
Peace.